Welcome dear students. We are solving our half yearly examination paper, and we have solved so many questions in our previous video. Now today we will solve another question. Okay, I think we have discussed the 64th question. Now question number 65, you can see here the inertia of a body measured by its. As we know, the inertia of body is totally depend on mass. As we know that inertia is directly proportional to mass, you can say this thing. Okay, the inertia totally depends on mass of the body. It doesn't depend on another things. So answer should be option A. Okay, now move to numerical number 66. You can see here a bullet of mass 10 gram is fired from a gun of mass 6 kg with a velocity of 300 meter per second. Calculate the recoil velocity of the gun. Okay, I have told you many times that this is a type of bullet gun system question. Okay, and we will apply conservation of momentum in this question. As we know that what conservation of momentum tells about, it tells that the conservation the momentum before equal to after momentum after the collision, like that. Okay, so in this question at first check in the bullet gun system, the momentum of gun before firing should be equal to the momentum of gun and bullet after firing. Okay, momentum should be equal. This is very important point. As we know that if there is a gun with a bullet and at first when it doesn't fire, at that moment of time its momentum is zero. So initial momentum of bullet and gun system is zero. This is important thing. Okay, then after firing the gun, the momentum, what about the momentum? Then we know after firing the gun, mass is given, which is 10 gram. Okay, this is a mass of bullet, and we have mass of gun, which is 6 kg. We should know here the unit is gram and here is unit of kilogram. So unit should be in only one type. So at first we will convert the unit of mass gram into kilogram. So we can convert it 10 gram. How can we convert it? 10 upon 1000 kilogram. We can convert 10 gram into kilogram by this way, 10 upon 1000 kilogram. Okay, now second thing, we have to find out the recoil velocity of gun. Recoil velocity means the gun backwards with a velocity. We have to find out that velocity. Okay, so now try to solve this question. As we know that at first when the gun is in stationary condition, it means that its momentum is zero. Okay, we can write here 0. This is the initial momentum of bullet gun system. Okay, after firing, the momentum of both the things will change. Okay, at first let's talk about gun whose mass is 6 kg. It means mass is 6 kg, and velocity of gun, we don't know about velocity of gun. We have to find out. So let us put it x. This x is recoil velocity of gun. You can write v also, no problem in that. Okay, second thing, this is the momentum of gun only. Okay, now plus we have to write the momentum of bullet. Okay, how can we write here? Also we have formula mass into velocity. So mass is given 10 gram, but in kilogram 10 upon 1000 we can write. Okay, multiply by what is the mass of what is the velocity of that bullet, that is 300. So 300. Now we will solve this one. Got it? We will solve this one. Okay, 6x plus 1 2 3 1 2 3, that is 3 equal to 0. So it would be 6x equal to minus 3. So x equal to 3 upon 6. 3 upon 6 means 0.5. It means that minus 0.5 meter per second should be our answer. You should know the concept. If you know concept, then you can easily solve these numericals. So answer should be 0.5 meter per second. Okay, here is the answer. Okay, now move to another question. You can check also if there is any mistake, if there is any calculation mistake, you can tell me also. Okay, now move to question number 67. The car A of mass 1500 kg traveling at 25 meter per second, okay, and it collides with another car whose mass and velocity is given. So as we know, this is a same type of question. We know that the momentum before collision should equal to the momentum after collision, okay. Then right here 1500 into 25 plus 1000 into 15. This is the total momentum of car A and car B before collision, okay. This is a momentum, and this should be equal to the after collision. What about after collision? Car A, whose mass is 1500 kg and its velocity becomes 20 meter per second, and we know about the mass of car B, which is 1000. We don't know about the velocity of car B, so we can write X or V here, okay. Now we will solve this one and we will get our answer. This is so easy. I can solve it also. It should be multiply it, okay. Multiply all these things and find the value of X. After this equation you can easily find out the value of X. I think answer should be 22.5, okay. Check it and after that tell me what should be your answer. This is the equation. Now move to another question. How much momentum will a dumbbell of mass 10 kg transfer to the floor if it falls from a height of this? Take its downward acceleration 10 meter per second square. Okay, this is a question. So we have to find out momentum of a dumbbell. As we know, formula of momentum is mass into velocity. Suppose this is a dumbbell and this is a ground, and when this dumbbell falls from a height 80 centimeter, then it will strike the ground. So here we have to find out the momentum. So for finding this one, we should have mass of this dumbbell and that velocity by which it strikes at the ground. So we have to we should have these two things, okay. Now let's check. In this question we have given mass, but we don't know about that velocity, with which velocity it strikes at this point at ground, you can say, okay. So at first we will find that velocity, and we can easily find out this one. How? Because as we know, if a body is moving from a height, it means that its initial velocity is 0. We have to find out final velocity, and we know about acceleration in this case, which is 10 meter per second square. Acceleration is also given, and the distance, okay, from which it is moving, from which it is transferring, from which it is falling, okay. That height is given is 80 centimeter. So we have to convert this centimeter into meter at first, okay. I will convert it 80 upon 100. So it will be 8 upon 10, it will be 0.8 meter. You should know this point, okay. This point is very important. After this we will easily solve this one. We have given initial velocity 0. We have to find out final velocity. Acceleration is also given, and displacement or distance or height, you can say, which is given 0.8 meter. Okay. Now we have to find out V. So which equation of motion we will use in this question? Okay, we have 3 equation of motion. So we can easily find out by V square equal to U square plus 2AS. As we know, V square equal to U square plus 2AS. We will apply this one. Okay. By this we can find out the value of V. V square equal to the value of U is 0 and 2AS, 2 into 10 into 0.8, like that, 2 into 10 into 0.8. We can solve it. Okay, it is 16, so V equal to 4. So this is a velocity by which it is this dumbbell is striking the ground. Okay, V equal to 4. So we can easily find out now momentum, mass into velocity, because in this question we have mass and we have velocity. Mass is given 10, velocity is 4. 10 into 4, answer would be 4 kg meter per second, 40 kg meter per second. This is our answer, because in this question we have already find out V, which is 4 meter per second, and mass is also given, which is 10 kg. Okay, send P equal to M into V. 10 into 4, answer would be 40 kg meter per second. You can check it. Okay, now move to another one. Question number 69. You can see here, a train is traveling at a speed of this one, and brakes are applied to produce a uniform acceleration. This, and find the how far the train will go before it is brought to rest. We have to find out the value of S in this question. Okay, after some time it is comes to the rest. It means that V is 0. Okay, now we have given initial velocity which is 90 kilometer per hour. We can convert it into meter per second by multiplying 5 upon 18 or 18 upon 5. This is also important point. By okay, no problem. It should be 5 upon 18, 5, 25 meter per second. Okay, this is initial velocity in this question, 25 meter per second, and final velocity is 0. We have to find out s, and acceleration also given minus 0.5 meter per second square. I don't think there should be any problem now. Okay, we can use our formula, which is v square equal to u square plus 2as, and after applying this formula we will get our answer. Okay, and this one is our last question. Which of the following represent uniform motion of a moving object correctly? Okay, there are 4 graphs. What do you think? Which graph is most appropriate? Which of the following represent uniform motion of a moving object correctly? So option A should be your answer, because here you can see in option B there is a curve. In option C there is a curve also. In option D, it means that what does it show? That it means that time is regularly increasing but distance is remain constant. It means that in this graph the body is at rest. Okay, this shows body is at rest, and this shows that time is smoothly increasing but distance is increasing very fast. It means that this is now uniform motion, non-uniform motion, and this is uniform motion. This is uniform motion. Option A should be your answer. Thank you.